So here we go, ladies and gentlemen. The Beer Keggers are hosting the Wild Pigs at home tonight. I am telling my other computer to remind me about the Windows or the Mac updates. I'm not really worried about them right now. So the Beer Keggers are out in the field, and the Wild Pigs first are going to send Bloop Michaels up to bat, and Wally Bacon will be up shortly behind him. So here we go with 6 homers, 12 RBIs, 343 average. Bloop Michaels. Their shortstop is the first of the game to face our pitcher, Jose Stu. Here's the first pitch. It goes out. It lands over the plate as a strike. The first pitch is a strike. The second one, he's going to go ahead and swing, and it sends it right out to Big Slick, who can't quite get there. But it does go out of bounds. Therefore, it is a foul ball with strike number 2. Who sends the first one, or the last pitch, right over the plate, and that's a strike, catching him looking for the first out. Willie Bacon, 2 homers and 9 RBIs are now up. So we got this little thing when we first start talking a lot. We're going to have some lip treatment that happens here at the microphone. So Bojack goes flying through the air, Superman style, and doesn't even come close to it, but it's foul anyways. There's 1 out, 1 strike. That one goes to Kapowie, who picks it up. Well, actually, Stu picks it up, fires it over to Bojack on first base, so that's out number 2. And some of you guys in the short stream I did yesterday actually heard the Woodsman guest starring on the stream, so now you know the smooth voice, Bojack Woodsman, on first base. So with 2 away, we now have Spanky Wagner facing Stu. Goes right through Stu's legs, goes out to Reliable in center. He fires up second, and Mariana's on second, grabs it, and holds the runner at first for the first base hit of the game in the first inning for the Wild Pigs. Now there's 2 away, and there is a runner on first. Kapowie's behind the plate, sends a signal to Stu. Stu sends it in for strike number 1. This one's going to come in hot, and watch it go a home run. I'm telling you right now. Nope, it does go straight in the air. Woodsman runs out. He's looking for it on the line, and that's out number 3. So at the end of the first, the top of the first, the Wild Pigs go back to the dugout, grab their mitts, and head out to the field. No runs on the board, and the aforementioned Bojack Woodsman is first to bat. Their second baseman, Mariana Beer, is on deck. The Woodsman has no homers, but he does have 11 RBIs. The first pitch, he hits right out to left field. Not right field, but left field instead. And he's simply out. That's out number 1. And Mariana Beer, who has 4 homers herself with 20 RBIs, going to hit that one just over the shortstop's head. That's going to put her on at least second base as she's headed there now. She's going to hold up on second as the ball goes to the shortstop and back over to third. So with 1 away, Mariana's on second. Here comes her brother-in-law, Big Slick, balls deep. You know his record. He hits a bunch of homers, but sometimes he gets out for the simplest things as well. That's going just past second, who dives for it, does pick it up, and sends it off to first base. So that's out number 2, as the Silver Bomber, otherwise known as KungfuBeer, is now up with 2 away, and his wife is on third. Beer sends it right down the middle. Mariana comes in home, and Beer's going to round first, but head back. With 2 away, Beer's on first with an RBI. Now we got Reliable. Mr. Reliable has 3 homers and 34 RBIs. I believe he's the league leader in RBIs at this point. Lets that first one go over the corner for ball number 1. Punches that one out to center. Who's going to pick that up? Nope, he's not going to pick it up. It's going to go right past, so Reliable heads to second. Now to third as Beer heads home, and Reliable's going to get a triple and hold up on third as Beer taps the plate for 2 on the board. Now Dirty Kurt, no homers himself this season, but 15 RBIs. With 2 away, he hits that one right down the line. However, it goes out foul, so 2 away, 1 strike. Right to first base. That's the third out. And 2 on the board. Beer Keggers grab their shit and they go out in the field as the Wild Pigs send Godfred, Storm, and Man and Moon up next.
Now batting, number 29, the right fielder.
So you got Storm has 2 RBIs, a decent amount of power, so Stu's got to be careful here. Top of the second, the windup comes, and he reaches down and he hits that one up, and it looks like Nail Clipper Flipper is going to pull that in on third for out number 1.
19,
Man and Moon,
center field.
horrible average, .045 with 2 RBIs. Probably why it's so high. He's now facing Stu. This is a homer. Well, it would have been if he would have connected. Instead, it's strike number 1 as he swings and misses. So that goes to Woodsman right there on first. He's going to try to run over and figure out where the base is. He does. So that's out number 2. Enrique Goyo, 2 homers, 3 RBIs, .258 average. Their left fielder, who caught Big Slick out, I believe. He's now facing Stu for the first one being a strike as he's putting everything he has into it. Comes up empty. Second pitch he does. It gets picked up by Kapawi, who takes her time but fires it off the first for out number 3. So top of the second, Wild Pigs go 3 up, 3 down. The bottom of the second, the Beer Keggers are sending third baseman Nail Clipper Flipper up first. Then Kapawi will be following.
Now batting number 99, the third baseman.
So 659 average and 15 RBIs. Nail Clipper Flipper, his first at-bat of the game. Because right now, the first one goes ball. That curves over the plate for strike number 1. That's going to go low. It's going to curve over, but a ball number 2. That one he does get a hold of. He sends it out to center, and it keeps going. So does he towards second. He's going to come in, spikes up on second for a double. As Sidewinder Kapawi, 18 RBIs herself, a .596 average, no homers, is up, and either she's going to smash it or she's going to get out, and that's going to be out. As the, oh Jesus. As Nail Clipper Flipper made it all the way to third before the right fielder slid halfway down the outfield to catch that one. So 2 away now as Kapawi got that one out. Here's our pitcher, Stu, gets picked up by the shortstop. So just like for the Wild Pigs in the second, we had 3 up, 3 down. The Beer Keggers experienced 3 up, 3 down. And we got Stracy Wickers coming up first, the top of the third for the Wild Pigs. My sock as a whole.
Number 11, the catcher.
All right. So the first pitch that Stu's going to send to their catcher, who's locked in and well with plenty of power, Wickens. Goes just past Stu. He can't pick it up, but Beer picks it up with her right hand and fires it to Bojack, and that's out number 1. This is the lowest game that has been happening so far, but, you know, you never know what you're going to get. It could go crazy, and it could go poorly very quickly for the Beer Keggers. So here's Lovell, who does get a hold of that one, sends it foul. Is there a wild deviant lurking around in the background there somewhere? Pitch number 2 is a strike as well. So now Stu has 2 strikes and no balls on Lovell.
Inside.
It'll be a little inside lows for ball number 1. 1-2 as she strikes out, sending her back to the dugout, and that brings up 6 homers and 12 RBI, Luke Michaels. They're back to the top of the order. Their shortstop's first. Stu knows this man can hit it out of the park, so he's going to be careful. And there's Deviant, 999, coming in to support, I guess he's the only Kapawi fan club member, but that's fine. As Beer slides for it, doesn't quite get to it. Dirty Kurt picks it up, slides it, throws it to first, and that's going to hold the runner on first. With 2 away, Wally Bacon, with his beautiful red beard, Irish style, comes up next. Second baseman has quite a lot of speed, so Stu's going to slow it up a little bit. Try to prevent this ball from leaving the park. And it's going to leave the park. Howard's leaving foul for strike number 1 with 2 away, a runner on first. That's going to also go foul, so that's the second foul ball, second strike, 2 away for Bacon. He catches him staring at that one. He doesn't know what to do with himself. So Stu slid one in there, and that's another strikeout. No runs scored at the top of the third. The Beer Keggers are sending the Woodsman up first, top of the lineup, and Mariana Beer will be up next.
Now batting, number 1, the first baseman.
The Woodsman wants to change, his average here and get a home run, but that's not going to do as that goes foul. Got on the inside of the bat there. That he swings about 10 minutes too early, so that also goes foul. That's his home run right there. First home run of the season, and now he's on the board with a home run for Bojack Woodsman. It's probably because he was a guest on the stream yesterday, and you guys all got to hear what he sounded like, and he did not want to be that man that nobody no longer knew. So now with the voice and a home run to match, Woodsman puts 1 on the board. Mariana Beer lets that first one come in low for ball 1. That one she swung at, but it's way too high. That goes strike. Now we're at 2-1. That she smashes out to center, so she'll be on first. Nice, comfortable lead there on first. And that's going to bring up Big Slick, balls deep, who hit the last one out to left field, I believe. Mariana's on first. Big Slick's up, no outs. First one goes too low for ball number 1. That's also just off the dirt for ball number 2. The golf swings that one and hits it just past the pitcher. It goes out to center. So Big Slick goes to first. Mariana advances to second. And now we got the Silver Ghost, KungfuBeer, who also popped out. No, he got on first his last out, but then he came and touched the plate. That's right. That's going to come in just off his elbow, so that's going to be ball number 1. So we got 2-1. That's going to curve on the outside for ball number 3. He can let this one go strike. It doesn't really matter, but he does hit it, a piece of it, so now full count for Beer. He taps that one. That goes to second. He's going to get a double play right here. Oh, lucky for Beer. They aired it out, so he makes it to first. Slick gets tagged out at second. So here's Reliable with 1 away. That one's in the dirt, pushes him off, so his toes didn't get smashed, his painted toes or whatever he has. That's low inside curvy for ball number 2. That one he likes. He almost smashes Beer. Mariana Beer almost got hit by that one. Now Reliable is swinging at everything that's coming his way with 2-2. That lobs off his bat. That goes out right in the pocket, so he'll cross first, headed to second. Of course, he's probably going to go to third, and you know what that means. He comes in, wheels up. He's safe on third with an RBI, pushing up his average as Dirty Kurt now up to deck. Now up to bat from deck. Hey, guys, gets a piece of it. First baseman dives for it, doesn't quite get to it. Dirty Kurt barely makes it. He has all day to get there and comes in at the last second for a base hit. RBI is now Clipper Flipper with 1 away. Kurt's on first, is now up. He lets that one come over the outside corner of the plate for strike number 1. It's a piece of that one. That lobs just past the second baseman. And all kinds of errors are starting to happen here for the Wild Pigs, as the lead is now finally starting to extend for the Beer Keggers, who can give it away at any moment, probably have runs scored on them while they're batting. Mariana Beer pops that one up in the air, so we're going to send everybody back because that's going to get popped out right there at left. So 2 away. All the runners have returned to their respective bases.
Number 3, the pitcher.
And now we got Jose Stu, our pitcher of the day, with 2 away, runners on first and second. Stu smashes that. That's a nice, beautiful hit. Stu crosses first, headed to second. The center fielder is still coming in. Stu's coming into third, and he slides in safe on third with 2 runs batted in.
the first baseman.
And Woodsman back to the top of the order with 2 away is back up. Lets the first one curve over from the inside to outside for strike 1. He wanted to hit that one. It's coming a little too high. Ball 1. He's going to let that one come a little low, but that's still strike. That one he smashed right to second. That's out number 3. And that's going to do it for the bottom of the third with 6 runs added for a total of 8. The Wild Pigs are currently, they have 0. They have quite some catching up to do, which can happen any second now. Spanky Wagner is back up.
Now batting, number 26.
As he just polished the lenses on his glasses with 1 homer and 8 RBIs, Wagner is ready to do some damage here against Stu to try to put the Wild Pigs on the board. However, the first one, he swings and a misses for strike number 1. All right, that goes out to Hey Guys, who goes right over his head. He reaches out for it, even though it's about 37 feet away from him. So he fires it off to second. Second grabs it, sends it over to third, but three's already there, so it's a triple.
Now batting, number 15,
As Stiffner, 1 homer, 2 RBIs, comes up next. Well, here's the first pitch. That goes right to third, who's going to send it off to first, I guess, eventually. He was looking for the runner who was on third already. He should have fired it home, but he didn't.
the right fielder.
So now the Wild Pigs are on the board. Runner on first, no outs. First one is a strike as he swings and he makes 0 contact. That one he does make contact, so that's Reliable out there who can get to it maybe in time. Fires it off the first, too late to make any difference there. And so now there's 1 away with the runner on first.
Now batting, number 19,
As Moon comes back
the
up again.
center fielder.
So, that was Stu throwing that one in quick in case they steal on him. But now he's throwing it too fast, and they're not in the strike zone, so we got 2 balls. As that one goes out to Reliable again. Catches this one, fires it off the first. The runner's going to make it back in time as well. Reliable has not thrown his arm out of the socket today.
Now batting, number
Oh,
20,
that's good.
the
And
left
I have
fielder.
not jinxed Sidewinder at all. Sidewinder jinxes Sidewinder. Has nothing to do with me. First one goes strike for Goyo. The runner on, 2 outs. They're stealing now. That one goes foul, so the runner returns back to first with 2 strikes, 2 away, and a runner on first. Okay, let's see what we can do here, Stu. Can you get it? Let's see if we can get it. Boom! That goes foul as well. We did get a piece of that. They're stealing, however, that's a strikeout, and Stu walks off confidently with only 1 run added to the scoreboard for the Wild Pigs. The Beer Keggers, who have a 7-run lead right now, are sending Mariana Beer up first, who's 2 for 2 today, and Big Slick will be up next.
Now batting, number 21, the second baseman.
Well, she's known to hit some bombs herself, and we'll see what she can do here. She hits the first one foul, swinging just a bit too early. Strike number 1. That one just goes past short, who did dive for it, but didn't quite come with that. She heads to second. She's going to come and spikes up, safe on second for a double for Mariana Beer. Now we got Big Slick coming back up. He's 1 for 1 today. His first one was an out, and then that one came in off his knees, so that's ball 1. He's going to take a piece of that one. Goes to shortstop, who can't quite get to it. That sends him to first, now to second as Mariana Beer turns the corner, headed home. Balls comes in second and stands up. It's a double RBI for Big Slick.
Now batting, number 71.
Kung Fu Beer's up next. He's 1 for 2 as well today, just like his little brother. And he gets a piece of that, goes to third base, who can't quite get to it, so he makes it to first. Balls holds up on third. And the infield is happy keeping them where they're at, as Reliable comes up now.
73, the center fielder.
As I say, I think Reliable, 37 RBIs, is the league RBI hitter at this point. Let's that first one going high for ball number 1. He swings way too late at that one, so that's 1-1. Does get a piece of that one. Looks like that's in a good spot. So he'll go to first, now to second, as Beer slowly passes third, headed home. And then Reliable turned around just in time, apparently. Slides in head first at second. I don't know how we got Beer home that time without turning them both around, but I pushed some other buttons this time, and it seemed to work for me. So that's 11 on the board. The first one comes in strike for Hang Eyes. He's going to take a piece of that one. It curves out. That's going to get caught out of center. But Reliable gets back to second in time, so he's safe. There's one away.
Now batting number 99, the third.
And here's Nail Clipper Flipper with one out and a runner on second. It's Reliable. Takes a piece of that. That's going to get picked up by second baseman off the first for out number 2. As Reliable turns the heads home, but heads back to third. So he's now in scoring position as Deviant's only fan, the fan club of Deviant, for Sidewinder Kapow. Smashes that one out to center, and it gets picked up. So as I am being blamed for putting the squash on Kapow, I had nothing to do with that. I'm surprised Kapow, she blows herself up all the time with C4 regardless. Well,
now batting,
she's not blowing anything out of the stadium today, so she's out. And now, Stu is pitching the Wickers. 1-11 is the score. That one's going to get tipped out foul to the stands. Let's see. Let's do a little bit of fastball for Stu. Let's see what we can handle. Well, he throws it in quick and low, and she takes a swing and misses. So now it's 0-2 is the count. He does get that. Stu picks it up on the mound, fires at the first. Woodsman taps her out on first for out number 1 as Hugs Lovell, who's just shitty. Look at their average, 0 for 1. So they're going to substitute her in here and put somebody who knows how to bat in there. Not sure why, but whatever. Here's Stu facing a relief hitter who hits that first one foul. Here we go. Here's a slider. That one gets punched out into the stands. Foul. That gets punched out to center there. Reliable picks it up, fires off second. That's a base hit for the pinch hitter. As Blue Michaels is back. He's 1 for 2 so far today. Runner on first, 1 away. Well, that goes out to Reliable again, who picks it up, fires it second. It's too late. And now you got 2 on with 1 away. 1-11 is the current score.
Number 60,
As Redbeard, Wally Bacon now facing Jose Stu. That one gets tipped right into his own dugout. Howie sends a signal. Stu takes it, sends it off. That one gets tipped up over the dugout of the Beer Keggers. Catches him's looking on that one for out number 2 as a strikeout as Spinky Wagner.
the first baseman.
He's got that Hubba Bubba. He's chewing intently there in his mouth. He's been out in the sun quite a bit today, as you can see. As we got 2 away now, runners on first and second. Jose Stu fires the first one in there for a foul ball. Second one gets popped straight in the air as Mariana Beer is calling for it all day long. Then underneath it and pulls it out of the air for out number 3. And that's going to end the top of the 5th with the Wild Pigs nothing on the board. The Beer Keggers are sending their pitcher Jose Stu up first, who's 1 for 2 today. His last at-bat was a triple.
The pitcher.
Since Kapow, in her jinx self, decided to not get on base, Stu doesn't either, as he sends it to second baseman, who sends it off to first. And the first baseman for the Beer Keggers, Bojack Woodsman, 1 for 3 so far today, is now up to bat. Smashes that right over second baseman, who can't quite pull it out of the air. Woodsman passes first. He's headed to second, and he's going to come into second standing up. The 1 away, Woodsman's on second as Mariana Beer, who's gotten on base 3 of 3 so far today, is now up to bat. He does get a piece of that, but that's going right to the right fielder. That's out number 2 as Woodsman makes it back to first. So Big Slick's going to follow up now with 2 away.
Now batting, number 74, the left fielder.
Here's a pitch for him. He lets that first one go right down the center of the plate for strike number 1. That's going to go be a little bit lower, so I'll be ball 1. Gets a hold of that one, fires it out into the pocket. He'll go to second, bringing in a run with him. He doesn't have the speed to make it a third, so he'll slide into second. And that'll be an RBI double for Big Slick. As the Silver Surfer himself, KungfuBeer, 2 away. His brother on second takes the first pitch as a ball, number 1. He does hit that out. That's pretty good. He hits it just past the left fielder. So he'll go to second. His brother comes in at home, puts another run on the board for the Beer Keggers as Mr. Reliable, who's also gotten on base at each at-bat this game, is now at-bat. He does get a piece of that. However, that's not enough. So that lands in the mitt of the left fielder for out number 3. So 2 runs added to the lead. The Beer Keggers now are standing at 13-1 with the Wild Pigs sending Theodore Stiffner up first. Hitting dingers. Hitting dingers, goddamn.
15, the third baseman.
It's a dinger, humdinger. All right, now we got Stu at the, where are we at? We're at the top of the 6th. Stu is still holding in there, so we'll let him pitch just a little bit longer until he starts getting home runs on him. Fires the first one in. It goes right out to Reliable in center, who's working on it. He doesn't quite make it, so he'll go over his head. He picks it up, sends it off to second. The computer knows it ain't going to get there in time, so the runner heads off to third.
Now batting, number 29.
So now we got Storm back up, 0 for 2 today, with a runner on third, no outs. Who's going to fire in some fast heater here? Give him the heater, Ricky. Now we got 1 strike. He does get a piece of that one, but not enough. He sends it foul. There's now 2 strikes. Jose winds up, and he sends that one in, but he swings for it just a little too slow for strike number 3.
Number 19, the center field.
Now we got Moon back up. Moon's is not any stranger to this kind of pressure, except he's not used to this heater from Stu, especially this late in the game, as the first one went strike, the second one goes ball. Stu's going to slow it down just a little bit here. Sends a slider in that he does get a piece of. The Moon is now 1-2 with 1 away. Runner still on third. Powie sends a signal and catches Moon swinging, and he wants to bust the bat on his kneecaps
Now batting, number
for
10,
out number 2.
the left fielder.
We now have Goyo back up with 2 away. The first pitch gets tipped off the ground, foul. That'll be considered a strike. That's strike number 2, as is a swing and a miss. Curveball coming. He does get a piece of that. That goes right out to Hank Eyes, who picks that up out at right. So Dirty Kurt hauls in out number 3. And no runs were added to the score for the Wild Pigs. The bottom of the 6th, the Beer Keggers are sending Hank Eyes up first, who's 1 in for 3 today. That means he was up 3 times, but he only got on base 1 of those 3 times.
69, the right fielder.
569 average. He does have 16 RBIs on the season. And that one he's going to get a piece of, but he hit it on the inside of his bat, so it doesn't quite have the power to get over the wall. Instead, it goes right into the left fielder's mitt. That's out number 1, as now Clipper Flipper, who's been on base 2/3 of the time. It's the first one foul. That one goes right out the pocket, out to center, so he'll be on first. And he'll hold up there as the ball comes into second, holding him there. Now Kapawi, who's done shitty this game, is going to come and try to prove to Deviant that she deserves him as her only fan with 1 away. Oh, she did reach up for that. Why did she reach up for that?
Now batting.
So it's a hit or
Number
miss
3,
situation
the
again for Kapawi. 2 away as Jose Stu is now up to bat with the runner on first. He hits that down along the ground. That goes out to center. Stu's on first. And Nail Clipper Flipper is on second as
Now
Bojack
batting,
Woodsman,
number 1,
who's
the first
50-50
baseman.
today, is now up. Woodsman had a home run earlier today, and now he's going to have possibly 2 RBIs as the Woodsman comes into second, and he's now headed to third. And he slides into third, out number 3. I'm not sure why I couldn't get him back to second, but 2 runs added for the Beer Keggers at the bottom of the 6th. That brings the total up to 15 as Tracy Wickers, 0 for 2 today for the Wild Pigs, is up first.
Now batting, number 11, the catcher.
And it looks like Deviant is dropping the support for Sidewinder Kapawi because of one single game. I'm glad he's not a Cowboys fan. The first one goes in strike number 1 for Wickers, as it's a swing and a miss. That one comes in a little bit off the heat, and she swings and doesn't contact that. So that's strike number 2. That one gets tipped in the air, and Kapawi can't get to it.
Foul ball.
That's foul, so that's considered a strike. However, you can only have 2 strikes for your out. Fouls don't count in that case. However, that comes on the inside, and that's a swing and a miss. That's out number 1.
Now batting, number 28,
I'm a Cowboys fan
the
too,
pitcher.
Deviant. It's okay. Funny how you can be a Cowboys fan and lose like for 25 years, but Kapawi has one bad game and you're ready to throw her off the team. Jeez Louise. Here's the first one that goes right to Woodsman, who picks that up off the ground, just off inches off the ground for out number 2.
46,
So here's Michaels with 2 away. Nobody's gotten on yet. He has a chance here, except that one's coming on the inside for ball number 1. That second one is also going to be high for ball number 2. He does get a piece of that one. That curves out there. Big Slick can't get to it in time. He does reach for it, so he's going to pick it up eventually, fire it off to third. The computer knows he can make it. Comes into third and safe. So a triple
now
as
batting,
Bacon,
number
not
60,
Kevin Bacon.
the second
This is
baseman.
Wally Bacon. Same color, red. But comes up and lets the first one come in over the top of the plate for strike number 1 with 2 away, runner on third. That goes right to Beer on first, who picks it up, fires it off the first, and that's out number 3. So the round does not count. That run does not count. Being from Southern California, I grew up with the Rams and the Raiders. And the Rams ended up moving, and then they became good, and the Raiders moved and became good as well. They were
Now
good
batting,
before I was
number
born, but after I was
21,
born, they were
the
not.
second baseman.
So I'm a fan of the Rams now somewhat, but I've been a Cowboys fan for a long time. As that first one goes down the line for Beer, as the first baseman dies for it, doesn't quite make it. The Beer's going to third and is going to hold it there for a triple.
Now batting, number 74, the left fielder.
Yeah, I like hockey too. I used to be a Kings fan way back when they went to the Super Bowl, what do you call it? Stanley Cup. That one goes out to deep center, and that puts an RBI for Big Slick. He's a double as well. Yeah, I was a big Gretzky fan. Tony Granado, Luke Robitaille. That was when I watched hockey all the time, and I haven't had the time to do that since I went in the Navy. So, KungfuBeer gets a hold of that. That's probably going to get tapped out. It is going to be get hot out, I should say, at right. So Big Slick heads back to second.
Now batting, number
And I
73,
also like the
the
Detroit
center
Red
fielder.
Wings and the Sergei Fedorov and those people way back when.
Otis from way back, guys. He is Otis.
And I don't know why Reliable is reaching high to hit that shit, but he didn't go anywhere. So he'll go to first. Slick goes to third with 1 away. And now we got
Now
Dirty Kurt
batting,
up 1 for
number
4 today.
69,
So
the
the
right
odds are
fielder.
not in his favor at this point of getting on base. Goes right underneath the pitcher, so he does get on base, in fact, pulls in an RBI, and sends Reliable off to second. So another run added for the Beer Keggers as Nell Clipper Flipper, who is 3 for 4 today, going to be following with one away. That's the first one come over right the middle top of the plate for strike number 1. Gets a piece of that, lobs it over the short stop's head. He's on to first, headed to second as 2 runners are coming in. Okay, I want you. Oh, no, I don't know what's happening. As we were pushing all the buttons to tell everybody what to do, everybody was ignoring the signals, decided to go their own way like the Fleetwood Mac song, as Kapowie gets another chance to do something here with the first one going ball 1, 2 away. Kapowie hits it right over the shortstop, so Kapowie finally gets on base, unless she screws it up somehow halfway there. Now Jose Stu is back up. So after all this Cowboys talk, Kapowie took inspiration and hit a beauty to get on first base. 2 away, Kapowie on first, Stu's up. First one, that's getting caught out at right, so that's out number 3. Stu sends him home with 4 on the board. And now the top of the 8th, the Wild Pigs with 1 are sending Spanky Wagnard, who is 2 for 3 today though, up first.
Now batting, number 26, the first.
Yeah, if you're talking about, I don't know, I don't watch basketball or anything, so I don't know who Seattle's. They just have the Seahawks. That's all I know. For football. And then I don't know what their baseball team is. Seattle Mariners? No. I don't know what they are. Not a big... I don't watch a lot of baseball, believe it or not. And Big Slick is calling for that out of the air, so he'll pull that in. Out number 1.
Now batting, number 15.
Stiffner's up next. 2 for 3 today with a triple, a single, and one of those being an RBI. 1 away. That's the first one foul. So he reaches out and he hits that one foul as well. 0-2 is the count with 1 away. That one can't make the stew. It goes to Beer instead, who fires it off the first. That's out number 2. No runners on. 2 away. Storm is up. 0 for 3 today. No homers. 2 RBIs on the season. Facing Stu, who should be getting tired by this point, but is still hanging in there. Going to fire that first one straight in the air. Kapowie's on that and picks it up behind the plate. That's out number 3. And no runs scored against the top of the 8th as the Beer Keggers try to increase their lead at the bottom of the 8th with Woodsman, the top of the order, up first. As I take a drink of my Limerita.
Now batting, number 1, the first baseman.
So here's Woodsman, who has a homer today. Sends that one out to left, puts him on first. Mariana Beer will be up next.
Now batting, number 21, the second baseman.
Here's the first pitch for Beer. That one's in the dirt, ball number 1. Woodsman gets a healthy lead off first. Beer takes that one and slams it out. Oh, and it gets caught mid-air by the right fielder, sending the Woodsman back to first.
Now batting, number
So a super star diving catch through the air puts Beer back on the bench. Here's Big Slick, who sends it out just over second baseman's head. He puts him on first, and that sends Irish Beard over to second.
Now batting, number
As
71,
Whitebeard, everybody's got beards here. So we have Redbeard, Whitebeard is up. So Redbeard's on second, Blackbeard is on first, and Whitebeard is batting as he sends that next one foul. 1-1, 1 away. That's going to be just a little too low for ball 2. 2-1. He does hit that out into the pocket, puts him on first. So now the Beards have the bases loaded.
Now batting, number 7.
Here's Reliable with no Beard, hoping to home run or grand slam all the Beards in. See what happens. First one goes outside low for ball number 1. That's coming inside medium for ball number 2. He's going to take a piece of that one, goes right to shortstop, who catches that in the air, and Reliable goes home. Now we have goatee, so not quite the full beard, kind of like half a beard, working for the Beards with 2 away. That's going to go low over the top for ball number 1. He likes that one. He hits that one. It doesn't have the juice, but it is going to. Oh, keep going, guys. Why are you guys going backwards? The Dirty Kurt passes second. He's going to hold up. And that's 3 in off Kurt's half-beard hit to center. Sends all the Beards in. So that's a triple RBI with a double for himself for Dirty Kurt. Now Clipper Flipper gets a piece of that, sends it out to right, and he's on first. And Dirty Kurt makes it to third in scoring position as Sidewinder Kapowie. Hoop holler for Sidewinder Kapowie. He's probably going to blow the shit out of the water here. Takes that first one and actually does something very well with it. Hits it right out in the open as Kapowie passes second, eventually getting there. Slides in, and that sends Nell Clipper Flipper home. So 2 runs in for Kapowie, who's on second. Here's Jose Stu, who will most definitely fuck this up. See? Told you. Stu's a wonderful pitcher, but a horrible hitter. So at the bottom of the 8th, the Beer Keggers added 5 additional runs for a total of 24. So a 23-run lead against the Wild Pigs, which obviously can change in a second. But Moon's up first as Stu grabs his nuts and stretches out for his final inning, in the final inning of the game. That gets tipped to somebody. Then he throws it off to second. Must have been that tuck and roll that he did there, which confused him what was going on. So now we got Goyo up next with a runner on first, no outs. Going to go on the outside high for ball number 1. That gets tapped off to Stu. Fires at second. Beer fires at first. A little too late. Safe. The 1 away. The advancing runner is tagged out at second. So now there's 1 out. A runner on first. As Wickers is back up facing Stu, who should be getting tired at this point, but he's still there. That gets popped out to Reliable, who catches that out in center and fires it back to first. So now there's 1 out remaining of the game. With a 23-point lead, a runner on first. And Kerr, who I was going to say, who shouldn't be batting, is up. Who's not going to take a chance with the fastball right now. He's going to send that in. That gets tapped out foul. Strike number 1. That comes in right over the plate for strike number 2. What we have here is 2 outs, 2 strikes. And that one gets tapped out to Beer, who's just going to fire it off the first with a safe play, and that's out number 3 as the Beer Keggers win another one live for all of you fans. So this is the Beer Keggers. What is this, their 10th game? 11th game? I think they were 10-0 coming into this one. I mean, this is the only second time I've ever played, the second season I played this game, so I have the, not easy, but it's not, you know, like in the medium level, so it's nothing crazy. Here's all of our stats. You see all the subs that they did trying to do something, and they really didn't do anything today. And we had 1 homer on the day. It goes to Woodsman and a whole bunch of runs. We had 1 pitcher the entire game, Jose Stu, who did quite a good job. And here's our top 3 of this game. We got Reliable at number 1. Balls comes in at number 2. And the Woodsman, with his first ever homer, comes in at 3. So here we go. We got the Sawteeth are now up against the Beer Keggers next. 7 CPU games to simulate, whatever the hell that means. So we got all these. We got these people playing here. Who cares? As long as we're not playing them. I used to call these out, but you know what? Why? Beer Keggers are going to be up next at 10-0 at this point. It's got to be all thanks to Kapowie. It's actually not. We got Shields Mayhem is scheduled to pitch, but the Beer Keggers are playing the Sawteeth, who are currently 3-7. So 3 wins, 7 losses, facing the undefeated Beer Keggers. And that'll be next time, right here on this Bat channel at this bat time. Guys that remember that.